Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome, students. Hope you are all fine and paying proper attention to your studies. It's our lecture number 5 of Social Studies from Geography for class 8th. This lecture is also from chapter number 4, Natural Disasters. Learning Outcomes. Students, inshallah, will be able to discuss the natural phenomena that cause disasters for mankind. Analyze the impacts of various natural disasters with special reference to Pakistan. Examine the usual management practices, including forecast monitoring and mitigation. List the safety measures that can be taken in case of natural disasters. Let's have a recap of previous lecture number 4, in which we have studied about the meaning and definition of disaster. A natural disaster is an event that negatively affects life, vegetation, property, livelihood or industry, etc. at a larger scale. Often it is resulting in permanent changes to human societies, ecosystems and environment. We have already discussed about volcanism, landslides, desertification and floods, and today we are going to discuss about cyclones and earthquakes. And all these phenomena are natural, which cause destruction for mankind. So first of all, let's discuss meaning of cyclones. Cyclone is also a term derived from Greek word, and it means to revolve, to move in a circular direction. Definition of cyclones. Cyclone is a storm or system of winds that rotates around a center of low atmospheric pressure, advances at a high speed and often brings heavy rainfall. So, these are the characteristics of cyclone. For example, it is a system of swirling winds moving in round circular motion, which has low pressure area in the center, and it can produce rain with thunder and lightning. Wind speed may exceed up to 200 kilometers per hour due to cyclone, and that speedy wind have erosive power which destroys everything that comes in their way. Cyclones produce continuous heavy rainfall in a shorter period of time, which may cause flooding and loss of life and property. So the cyclones Due to the cyclones in coastal areas, huge sea waves are generated, and these huge sea waves are known as storm surges. Storm surges are the high sea waves coming with a great speed. That is why they are known as storm surges, which may cause destruction on a large scale. Our next topic is cyclones in Pakistan. As you know, Pakistan has a wide area known as coastal area, long about 1000 kilometers long coastal area with Sindh and Balochistan, and this map is going to show you the whole area. This area is prone to cyclones, may be prone to cyclones, especially Badin, Thatta, Lasbela, and Ormara, Pasni, Javani, Gwadar. All these areas are prone to cyclones. These cyclones are generated in Indian Ocean, which is along with the Arabian Sea. This area is Arabian Sea, and it is adjacent to in Indian Ocean. So, Arabian Sea lies in the south of Pakistan, and you know it very well. In Indian Ocean, this is an important area of the origin of tropical cyclones. These cyclones affect the coastal areas of Pakistan, as I have already discussed with you, and the names of these areas are especially Badin, Thatta in Sindh, and Jiwani, Gwadar, Lasbela in Balochistan. But in winter season, rainfall takes place in Pakistan due to cyclones which developed in Mediterranean Sea, and in summer season these areas have heavy rainfalls and windstorms due to the cyclones, but these cyclones are not very destructive. They are destructive but not so much. Then what are the reasons of destruction in Pakistan? In Pakistan, the areas prone to cyclone, why there is a lot of destruction? There are some reasons, and we can discuss that inadequate instruction, construction methods. That our construction methods are not appropriate, and our construction material is not up to the mark, that is not of good quality, it is inferior in its quality. Absence of laws of land use, the land very near to the sea, people are going to construct their buildings over there, and those areas are more prone to storms. Lack of awareness of the local people, they don't know what to do. What are the areas where they don't have to build their buildings, don't have to construct the infrastructure, but they do that, and the reason behind is lack of education and due to poverty. They are forced to live and to work in those areas. So, what are the safety measures we can adopt to save ourselves, to combat this natural disaster? Number one, construction of resistant houses should be made possible. The houses and their material should be like that it can resist the cyclones and the storms and the speedy winds and heavy rainfalls. Forecast management system should be established in the areas where the chances of cyclones are more than the other areas. And as soon as the warning is given, arrangements should be made to shift the livestock and household items to a safe place. Evacuation system should be established, and mobilization of volunteers in the affected areas should be made possible quickly. And in case of evacuation, the house should be sealed, should be locked properly after disconnecting power supplies, electricity, gas, etc. A risk map should be prepared about the estimation of extent and destruction caused by the cyclones to human life, livestock, and infrastructure, so that the safety measures can be adopted properly. Storage of drinking water during this natural disaster it is very much important to store drinking water and food, candle, matches, matchboxes, and first aid material so that people can be assisted. All these are almost the basic necessities of our life, and we should keep in touch with radio or any other gadget through which we can update ourselves about the conditions of the situation and report to emergency rescue centers established by the government. Our next topic is earthquakes. Sudden and intense vibrations, tremors of the earth crust is called earthquake. These vibrations may be caused due to different reasons. For example, we have already discussed about the volcanism. Volcanism is a major cause due to which vibrations occur on the earth crust. And in your previous classes, you have also learned about the tectonic plates of the earth. You know very well that the crust of the earth and the lithosphere has been divided into different plates. When those plates move in different ways, they may cause earthquakes, and that type of earthquake is more severe and prone to more destruction. As this is a sudden movement without any pre-occurring symbols, predictions of earthquake is not so possible. Our next topic is, what are the damages human beings are going to face due to earthquake? The picture is going to show you that it can cause huge destructions, massive damages, not only to the buildings, to the roads, to the bridges, and to the lives of the people and animal as such. So let's have a look. Earthquakes destroy human settlements, buildings, and infrastructure. What is infrastructure? That is bridges, roads, railway lines, pipelines, water tanks, and communication system, etc. Due to earthquakes, direct damages may occur. For example, happening of fire, loss of water reservoirs, and landsliding also may occur. Sometimes fire may break out if there is fire upon the earth crust, and sometimes it may be due to volcanism. The most unrecoverable damage caused by the earthquake is the loss of valuable lives. Earthquakes in Pakistan. This map is going to show you different colors. Pakistan is situated in the area where the chances of earthquakes are high. And this map is going to show you the seismic zones of Pakistan, the earthquake zones of Pakistan. Red color is showing you the very high possibilities of occurring of the earthquakes. Blue area is high earthquake prone area, yellow is somehow less, and the green areas having low hazardous areas. Geologically, Pakistan is situated in an active zone at the margin of three tectonic plates. We have already discussed about the tectonic plates, and Pakistan lies in at the margin of three tectonic plates. And which are those? Indian plate, Eurasian plate, and Arabian plate. Indian plate is converging with Eurasian plate in the north, and due to this convergence, there are the highest mountain ranges in the north side of Pakistan, and in the south the plate, and in the west the plate is Arabian plate. And the result of this geological convergence is the formation of the highest mountain ranges of the world, the Karakorams, Himalayas, and Hindu Kush mountain ranges in the north and northwest, and these areas are more prone to earthquakes in Pakistan and adjacent areas. Our next topic is what safety measures we can adopt to save ourselves from the damages occurred due to earthquakes. Safety measures before, during, and after earthquake. What should we do before occurring the earthquake? We can create awareness among the people living in that areas which are prone to earthquake, that how they can save themselves from such damages. And during earthquake, what type of responses they must adopt, as this picture is going to show you the response during the vibrations of the earthquake. During the shaking, people should drop down to the earth, sit down to the earth. They should cover themselves under a strong shelter, and they must hold something strongly or stay in a safer part of the room or area. People should stay calm and alert, and they may watch falling different objects of their home. They should not be panic while seeing falling glass windows and different shelves and cabinets and other heavy objects that may cause injury. Much better they should move outside, and if they are outside, they should move to an open and safe area If the people are near a seashore in a coastal area, they should move quickly to higher grounds so that they may save themselves from the higher waves of the sea. And if the people are in mountainous area, they should move away from steep slopes to protect themselves. If someone is driving, sitting in a car or in a vehicle, it should be stopped immediately. And do not cross bridges, overpasses, or flyovers. And as soon as the shaking and the vibrations of the earthquake stops, people should evacuate themselves from that area quickly and in a safest mode. And they should know, they should be careful about the aftershocks. Once if the shaking is stopped, it can start again. So they must have any gadget or radio to monitor the situation and to update themselves. People should put off the fire using fire extinguishers, and all should protect not only themselves but also help the others. So let's have a look upon the safety measures discussed in our book. We are going to read them quickly as we have discussed in through a picture. To reduce the damages of earthquakes at minimum level, it is necessary to keep the people aware about following actions: drop down or sit down, and cover the heads, hold something strong, keep heavy objects on the ground, and disconnect power supplies, electricity and gas in emergency. We have discussed all these things. And if the people are outside the home, try to keep away from electric wires, tall buildings which may drop down upon you. Keep radio sets to be informed. If there is fire, put it off. Don't enter the homes if the walls are or structure is cracked. If it is not safe, so don't enter your home. And be aware of the aftershocks and only re-enter the homes when the vibrations have stopped completely. Here is another topic. What type of constructions should be in the areas prone to earthquake so that we can save ourselves if it is very much necessary for us to live in such area? So if there is a possibility of recurrence of earthquakes in earthquake prone areas, we should keep it in our mind during constructions, that we have to adopt specific construction designs which can resist earthquakes, and construct the building structure on resistant concrete columns. They should be strong enough to resist. Avoid construction in sloping areas if that area is earthquake prone, vulnerable to earthquakes. and avoid use of heavy materials in the ceiling so that there should be less damages if the ceiling is falling down during the earthquakes. So let's have a summary. We in this lecture have discussed natural disasters, any natural phenomena which may cause loss of life and property for mankind is called a natural disaster. And today we have discussed the earthquakes and cyclones, their impacts with special reference to Pakistan, and the usual management practices including forecast monitoring and mitigation, the safety measures that can be taken in case of any natural disasters we have discussed. So there is an home assignment again. You have to read the relevant topics from chapter number 4, and the name of the chapter is natural disasters. Good. And I am very much hopeful that you are now able to write the short and detailed answers of the relevant questions given in the exercise at the end of the chapter. You may also take help from the notes given on the site of DPS. Thank you, students. Allah bless you.